industry. So I commend this bill.
I call Mark Patterson.
Madam Speaker, it is with great pleasure that I stand to support this bill on pass of New Zealand First. It is also good to be participating in democracy, and I note the lay-down misere over the other side of the House. And this is an important bill and deserves important scrutiny from this House. And with all due respect to the debate that we have had just previously, this is not debating the relevance of the fax machine. This is debating some of the most important issues around the food safety and sustainability of the New Zealand economy. This bill, as my colleague has just pointed out, is the result of the independent government inquiry into the false botulism scare, the whey protein. This was a shot across the bows of New Zealand's food safety regulations and systems, and it was good that it turned out to be a false scare, but it's one that we have to take the opportunity to look at this and to see if our systems are in fact robust and fit for purpose. And that was a very, very expensive exercise. I note Danone, $183 million in costs they have got off Fonterra, and that's probably only the tip of the iceberg when we look at a lot of the other issues that would have flowed from that. This is to better align the current standards and regulations under our three main food acts, has been pointed out: the Animal Products Act of 1999, the Food Act of 2014, and the Wine Act of 2003. It's an imperative that we protect the reputation of New Zealand's food producers and exporters, and with the twin pillars of biosecurity and food safety. And I note the new minister, putting extra scrutiny over both of those twin pillars, and that is welcome in this 52nd Parliament. It is imperative that we have world's best practice and gold standard, and particularly as I note that we face new competition from alternative synthetic proteins that doesn't allow us to rest on our laurels in any way, shape or form. This is really important for New Zealand in the sense that we are the only agrarian first world economy in the world, and it will affect Northland. Mr King, you may make light of this, but this will affect Northland. Northland is an agrarian economy. This will be very, very important for Northland. And let's go and look at the things we're doing. Free fees, first year fee freeze, and we've just heard today that it's going to be extended to trades for a second year. Extending paid parental leave. Regional development, our $1 billion fund and our billion tree strategy, which will vitalise the regions like Northland.
Order. Could we come back to the bill?
All this, Madam Speaker, is only possible because we have a food industry, a $6.5 billion horticulture industry, $8.5 billion of red meat, $17.5 billion in our dairy sector. We cannot afford to trifle with this particular sector, and that's only the big ones. There's plenty more. So we need to improve these programs and food safety regulations through this legislation. Exporters, when we need to empower MPI to be able to act in a more effective and timely manner. We need those more robust traceability systems. So we need a lot of the things that have been brought forward in this bill. The mock recalls, for example, are things that are already standard practice within our large exporters. Our customers are demanding it, so it's just regulation actually catching up with what's already being demanded and tidying some of this up. MPI, I note, are not going to enforce duplication. They're going to respect some of these practices that are already, so there's some good pragmatic things already there. So New Zealand First did have some concerns around the effect on artesian food producers. We have talked with officials who have given us some reassurance that those things have been covered, so we look forward to progressing this bill.
Madam Chair.
I call the Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Thank you, Madam Chair.